Most men think that to make a woman desire them, especially one who's already in a relationship, they need to be flashy, overly charming, or chase her relentlessly. But what truly sets you apart, what makes you irresistible in her eyes, is not what most guys are doing. In fact, it's usually the asterisk opposite asterisk. You don't need to say too much. You just need to say the asterisk right asterisk thing. The thing that taps into her curiosity, the thing that triggers her imagination. And that's where the power of asterisk asterisk intrigue asterisk asterisk comes in. When you understand how to speak in a way that leaves gaps for her to fill, that sparks curiosity instead of satisfying it too quickly, you become unforgettable. Why? Because women are emotional processors. Their attraction often starts in the mind. So when you learn to be that man who doesn't reveal everything, who speaks in a way that invites her into a mental dance, you give her something to think about when you're not even around. Let me give you a scenario. Imagine you're talking to a woman, and instead of complimenting her like every other man, "You're so beautiful. I love your eyes. You're amazing," you say something like, asterisk, "There's something about you that feels familiar, but I can't quite place it," asterisk, then you pause. You let it breathe, watch what happens. You've just given her a question to answer, a thought to chew on. Her mind instantly starts searching. What does he mean? What feels familiar about me? Why can't he place it? She starts building a narrative in her head, and just like that, you've carved out space in her mind. That's not manipulation, that's intrigue. You see, a lot of guys think that being mysterious means being distant or cold. No, being intriguing means being asterisk selective asterisk with your words. It means choosing language that opens a loop in her mind that asterisk only asterisk you can close. Most women are bombarded by compliments, cheesy pickup lines, or emotionally draining conversations. But when a man speaks in a way that stimulates her asterisk curiosity asterisk, he breaks through the noise. It's subtle. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, and more importantly, what you asterisk don't asterisk say. Less is truly more when every word you choose has weight and meaning behind it. Let's break this down even further. If you tell her everything about you in the first conversation, there's nothing left for her to discover. But if you hint at things, if you sprinkle just enough to pique her interest, maybe it's about a place you've traveled, or something you believe deeply without explaining it all, you've just positioned yourself as someone asterisk she wants to learn more about asterisk, and here's the twist, women asterisk love asterisk to uncover stories. When a man leaves some of his story untold, he becomes a puzzle she wants to solve. That makes you feel rare. And we value what's rare. Now, think about how that affects attraction. If she's married or already taken, chances are she's already in a routine. She knows her partner's stories, their habits, their rhythm. So when you show up and offer something she hasn't felt in a while asterisk intrigue, unpredictability, the thrill of discovery asterisk, you're offering her a mental and emotional experience that her current situation might not be fulfilling. That doesn't mean you're trying to take her or break her relationship. That's not what this is about. This is about understanding the psychology of attraction and how powerful your asterisk presence asterisk can be when you don't give it all away. The truth is, people are attracted to what makes them asterisk feel asterisk, and when your words leave her feeling intrigued, emotionally sparked, and mentally stimulated, you become memorable. Most men try to impress women by asterisk explaining asterisk themselves, by trying too hard to be understood. But the men who get remembered, the ones women think about long after the conversation is over, are the ones who don't rush to explain. They allow silence, they invite questions, they let her wonder, and that wondering becomes desire. It's a delicate balance. You're not playing games. You're simply being confident enough to hold back a little, to trust that your energy is enough without overselling. That's where real power lies. So the next time you speak to a woman, Any woman, taken or not, ask yourself. Asterisk, am I giving her everything right now, or am I giving her something to come back to? Asterisk, because if you can master the art of leaving her curious, you'll never have to chase. She'll do the chasing even if she's married. And that is the silent language of power. When it comes to creating deep desire, most men focus on the physical. They lead with surface compliments, shallow flirtation, or attempts to impress with status and money. But the truth is, if you want a woman, especially one who already has a man to crave your presence, your energy, even fantasize about being around you, you have to stop aiming for her body and instead aim for her asterisk emotions asterisk. Because no matter how loyal or taken she may be, if you say something that touches her emotionally, something that speaks to her soul rather than her looks, it will linger far longer than any cheesy pickup line ever could. Emotional connection is the secret ingredient that turns a casual conversation into something unforgettable. You see, women don't fall for what they see. They fall for what they asterisk feel asterisk. And when you speak in a way that awakens her emotionally, you tap into a part of her that even her man may not be reaching. That doesn't mean you go in with disrespectful intentions. It means you learn to express yourself in a way that makes her asterisk feel seen asterisk. Most men skip this entirely. They want attention so badly, they forget to give it in the most meaningful form, genuine curiosity. If you ask a woman what lights her up, what she dreams about, what scares her or excites her, questions that cut through the surface, you're telling her, asterisk, I see you, not just your body, but your mind. Asterisk, and that is powerful. Imagine this. She's used to men noticing her outfit, her smile, her curves. But then asterisk, you asterisk come along and say something like, you strike me as someone who's constantly thinking about the next chapter, but sometimes gets tired of carrying everyone else's expectations. You pause, and just like that, she's stunned, because you've seen something in her that maybe even her husband doesn't recognize. That's when emotional connection begins. It's in those moments that women start to crave your presence, not because you're trying to get in her pants, but because you offer something deeper. Something rare. You speak to the part of her that's asterisk, starving asterisk to be understood. But that doesn't mean you go soft. There's strength in emotional depth. When you say something real, when you speak with honesty and sensitivity while still standing in your masculine energy, she feels the asterisk balance asterisk. You become the man who can hold her emotionally without losing yourself. That is magnetic. That's what creates desire that isn't just physical, but mental, spiritual, and addictive. You don't need to try too hard. You just need to asterisk, listen asterisk, and respond with words that come from a place of awareness. Most guys are busy talking. You become unforgettable by asterisk tuning in asterisk, and when you combine that emotional awareness with validation, not flattery, you elevate the connection even more. There's a difference between chasing and validating. Chasing is desperate. Validation is empowering. When you validate a woman's mindset, her passions, her growth, not just her looks, you give her the rare gift of feeling appreciated without being objectified. And that's what gets under her skin, not in a manipulative way, but in a way that makes her think, why does it feel so good when asterisk he asterisk says that? For example, she might mention a small win in her business or a goal she's working toward. Most men wouldn't even remember that detail. But you say, the way you stay consistent with your vision even when it's hard, I respect that. Most people don't have that kind of inner fire, that's it. Simple yet powerful. You're not trying to get anything. You're giving asterisk recognition asterisk. And women are drawn to men who see their asterisk substance asterisk, not just their image. Now this is where it gets real. If she's in a relationship, especially a long-term one, chances are the emotional spark has faded or become routine. Her man might love her, but he may no longer be asterisk curious asterisk about her. He's stopped asking deep questions. He's stopped validating her deeper self. That's where you become the contrast. You remind her of what it feels like to be emotionally stimulated, mentally desired. And once you plant that seed, even unintentionally, it's hard for her to ignore it. Women may not act on that feeling right away, but the thought will linger. She'll think about your words when she's alone. She'll compare how you made her feel versus the emotional numbness of her relationship. And that feeling, that desire for more, that's what makes her crave your energy. That's what gets her imagining what it would be like to experience more of you, even if she's married. So if you want to be that man, the one she remembers, the one she secretly wishes she met before she settled, you have to stop speaking to her image and start speaking to her essence. Make her feel make her feel validated, make her feel understood, because when you master that, her heart opens, even if she's trying to pretend it doesn't. That's when desire is no longer a choice. It becomes instinct. Most men are too afraid to say what they're really thinking. They sugarcoat, they tiptoe, they try so hard to be liked that they forget what actually makes them desirable. What a lot of men don't realize is that women, yes, even women who are married, crave authenticity. They want to be around someone who says what others are too afraid to say, but does it with emotional intelligence and respect. There's something magnetic about a man who speaks his truth confidently, who doesn't hide behind politeness or pretense. That honesty is rare, and that rarity is what makes you unforgettable. It doesn't have to be loud or arrogant. It just needs to be real. Let's be clear, this isn't about being rude, blunt, or disrespectful. That's not what makes you stand out. What makes you stand out is the courage to speak from a place of depth. Maybe it's challenging something she says in a way no one ever has before. Maybe it's expressing admiration for something deeper than her looks, or maybe it's asking a bold question that cuts through the small talk and hits something personal. When you say what others are afraid to say but you say it with care and presence you disrupt the pattern. And most women, especially those who have been in predictable relationships for years, find that disruption thrilling. Imagine she's in a relationship where everything is routine, same compliments, same conversations, same emotional script. Then you show up and you're not trying to win her over. You're just being real. Maybe you say something like, "You seem like someone who's been carrying more than she lets on." That one sentence might feel risky, but if it's said with genuine curiosity and empathy, it lands differently. She feels seen and when a woman feels seen in a way that surprises her, something opens inside her. Something that she hasn't felt in a long time, that opening, that pause where she's caught off guard but intrigued, is the moment you become unforgettable. Too many men fear rejection, so they censor themselves. They hold back from expressing what they notice, what they feel, or what they believe, thinking it will scare her off. But in doing that, they blend in, they become forgettable. A man who can stand in his truth without needing approval is the one who gets her attention, not because he's trying to provoke, but because he's grounded in who he is. That kind of presence is rare, and women recognize it instantly. Even if they don't show it, they feel it. They remember it. The magic happens when your boldness is paired with emotional control. You're not reactive. You're not needy. You're simply confident enough to express something meaningful, even if it risks discomfort. And here's the twist: most women respect that. Even if they don't agree with what you say, they feel a deep pull toward that kind of clarity. Because most people don't have it. Most people hide behind shallow conversation and masks. You, on the other hand, become the one man who makes her feel something real. And after you've said something bold, something true, this is the part most men miss, you don't linger. You don't wait for her reaction like you need validation. You speak, and then you walk away with power. You leave her with your words echoing in her head. You don't chase, you don't explain, you let her sit with it. That silence, that space, becomes your secret weapon, because in that space she starts to wonder about you. She starts to think about what you said and why it stayed with her. That curiosity becomes a craving. Now think about how rare that is. In a world full of noise, where everyone's trying to impress or win attention, you become the opposite. You say one thing, just one that pierces through the surface, and then you remove yourself. That restraint is powerful. It shows you don't need anything from her. You're not looking for approval. You're not playing games. You're just being the man who says what needs to be said, then lets the silence do the rest. That kind of man doesn't beg for her attention. He becomes the one she thinks about when the room goes quiet. Even if she's married, even if she's trying to stay loyal, your words stay with her. It's not about trying to take someone's place. It's not about breaking relationships or forcing anything. It's about understanding what makes you magnetic, and that is your ability to say what other men won't, and then walk away with your head high. The moment you stop needing to be liked is the moment women start to desire you, because now you're coming from a place of power. And that power is silent, it's calm, it's the quiet confidence that makes her feel something she hasn't felt in a long time. Not just attraction, but a pull she can't explain. And in that moment, you've already won without even trying. There's a reason why most men fail to leave a lasting impression. They talk too much, they explain too much, they give too much away soon, but the ones who know how to spark real desire understand something most never will. Restraint is power. Knowing when to speak and when to say nothing at all creates a type of presence that lingers long after you've left the room. When you say something bold, impactful, or emotionally stirring, and then you pull back, you don't wait for her reaction, you don't hover, you create a moment that stays with her. And that's what separates the unforgettable from the forgettable. When you deliver that one statement that hits a nerve that makes her pause, and then you walk away like it didn't even cost you anything, it flips a switch in her. She starts wondering about you, thinking about what you said, playing it over in her head, and the more space you give her to sit with it, the stronger her curiosity becomes. This isn't just about mystery, it's about self-control. Most men don't have it. They say something half interesting and then immediately try to back it up, explain it, or make sure she gets it. But when you trust that what you said carried weight, and you don't try to push it further, that's when it lands the hardest. You're showing her that you don't need a reaction to feel powerful. You already know the value of your presence. And that unspoken confidence becomes addictive to a woman, especially one who's used to being chased, flattered, or emotionally drained by men trying to earn her approval. Think about it. She's likely surrounded by people who want something from her: validation, attention, sex. But when you speak with impact, then leave with silence, you reverse the dynamic. You become the one she wants to chase, the one she wants to figure out, and the best part, you didn't do anything flashy. You just said one thing that stuck, and then you gave her space to feel it. Let's take it further. Walking away after making an impression isn't just about leaving physically. It's also emotional detachment. You're not emotionally hooked on whether she laughs, smiles, or gives you a compliment back. You're not looking to be liked. That's what makes you rare. When you can say something powerful, something that validates her mind, triggers her emotion, or even subtly challenges her. And then let it go, you show her something she's not used to. A man who doesn't need her, but who knows she'll think about him anyway. That's confidence. That's poise. That's what makes her question everything she thought she knew about attraction. The reality is, walking away isn't weakness, it's precision. You're not disappearing because you're afraid. You're stepping back because you already made your move. And most men never learn that. They keep talking, keep pushing, keep trying to impress, but every word after your impact statement dilutes it. Real men know when to stop. Real men say one thing that hits deep, and then they leave space for that feeling to grow. And it does grow, especially in a woman's mind. She starts asking, why did that hit me so hard? Why didn't he stick around? What does he know that others don't? That mental loop starts turning, and whether she wants to or not, she starts thinking about you. And here's what makes this even more powerful. When you walk away with presence, she senses that you're not just doing it to create intrigue. You actually have a life. You're not lingering because you're on a mission. You've got your own goals, your own standards, your own rhythm. And that energy being grounded in your own world is deeply attractive. It suggests depth. It suggests purpose. And women, even the ones who are already taken, are drawn to men who are full within themselves. You're not trying to fill a gap. You are the presence. So many men get it wrong. They think attention equals attraction, but real desire isn't created through begging for attention. It's created through the subtle confidence of knowing when to say something powerful and when to leave it alone. It's about letting her come to you mentally and emotionally. Because when you create that space and you fill it with impact, you give her something she doesn't get often a man she can't fully figure out . That becomes a challenge, that becomes a craving, and maybe the most surprising part is that this kind of energy doesn't require a loud voice, flashy looks, or a bank account. It requires emotional discipline . It requires knowing your value so deeply that you never feel the need to oversell yourself. That calm, confident silence after a moment of truth is what makes her want to experience you again. Even if she's married, even if she tells herself she's not looking for anything, desire doesn't ask for permission. It builds when something unexpected touches her deeply and then vanishes. And when you know how to walk away at the right moment, you don't just become interesting, you become unforgettable.